Welcome to a brief presentation of the niPRO iGraph prototype. The iGraph prototype is a web-based application based on semantic technologies. The main goal of the prototype is to help knowledge workers identifying relevant process information. Therefore, the prototype includes a number of innovative features for determining the relevance of process information. These features will now be demonstrated based on a real case scenario. Our scenario deals with the review of documents. A review process is knowledge intensive as it comprises a lot of process information, such as review protocols, checklists, guidelines, or review templates. Let's assume we have to prepare a review. The first thing we want to do is to identify relevant process information, helping us with the preparation. For instance, review templates. Therefore, we enter the term review template into the search box and execute the query. The search results are listed in tabular form. Each row represents a search result, whereas each column comprises detailed information such as the type, the author, or the title of a document. In order to identify relevant process information, the prototype provides two fundamental key indicators. The first key indicator determines the link popularity, SYN-LP for short, of information objects based on their relationships. More specifically, it provides information about how strongly linked a particular information object is. The greater the LP value, the stronger the linking relationship. In order to identify information objects with the strongest link relationship, we simply need to click on this header right here, which allows us to sort the result list by the SYN-LP in ascending or descending order. The second key indicator determines the rate popularity, SYN-RP for short, of process information based on user ratings. As we can see in this column right here, the prototype provides a 5-star rating system, which enables users to rate a specific information object. Once a user submits a rating, the prototype not only calculates the average rating, but also the SYN-RP. In contrast to the average rating, the SYN-RP takes all submitted ratings into account. This leads to better results. Let's assume there is an information object rated by exactly one knowledge worker by 5 stars. Let's further assume there is another information object with an average rating of 4.88 based on 8 individual ratings. If we sort the result list by the average rating, the information object with only one rating is directly ranked on the first position. In contrast, when we now sort the result list by the SYN-RP, we can see that the latter information object with an average rating of 4.88 is now on the first position. Another useful feature of our prototype is the determination of all related information objects using semantic technology. As we can see in this very column right here, the user gets a quick overview concerning the number of related information objects. Furthermore, we can also display the related information objects both in tabular and graphical form by clicking on either of those two action buttons. We're now going to demonstrate the graphical visualization. All we need to do is to click on this action button right here. At the top of the page, we can see our selected information object in detail. When we now take a closer look at the graph below, we can see that our selected information object constitutes the center of the graph and is being visualized as a vertex. All related information objects, which are also being visualized as vertices, are connected to the center vertex by edges. Each edge has a distinct weighting value, which provides information about the state of the relationship. The greater the weighting value, the stronger the relationship. In addition, the state of the relationship is also being visualized graphically. The lesser the distance between the center vertex and the surrounding vertices, the stronger the relation. The iGraph prototype represents a large enrichment for knowledge workers around the world dealing with knowledge-intensive processes, for instance, the review process. The simple and neat visualization, both in tabular and graphical form, as well as the two key indicators, SYN-LP and SYN-RP, make it easy to quickly identify relevant process information. Thank you for watching this screencast. If you have any questions or remarks, please do not hesitate to contact us.